All right, next up, let's do our Christmas bauble. So this one, I'm going to make red. Best trick about doing your outline is you don't do it really close. You don't hold it this close to the cookie. You might, when you start, you just squeeze really gently and then you lift it up. Can you see how mine is hovering about 1.5 centimeters above the cookie? That means that you can see where it's going to go and you can move it to where you want. And notice how I'm starting to fill in around the outside now. But I'm not squeezing as hard as I possibly can. You can even use it to help move the outline that you already made. So you can do straight lines like this, round and around. Just got a bit of a clot there. It's okay, that happens. Or you can do the squiggle once you get into the middle of it. I wouldn't recommend doing the squiggle for the whole thing because then it might go everywhere. And if you put too much icing on, what it's going to do is it's going to push the icing all around the edge, all over the edges of the cookie and make a really big mess. Which is why you go slow with the outline and then you don't squeeze too hard when you're filling in the middle. Alright. So this one will be a Christmas ornament. And I'll show you how you can pop your bubbles after this because I can see a few little bubbles that have popped up. You can see a bubble right there in the middle. I'm going to use my toothpick and you just prick straight into it. There we go, that should be all of them. So you can use your toothpick to fix up the outline once you're all done. And I think I'm going to do some green stripes. And then I might do a bit of a curve on these ones because baubles are usually oval or like a sphere. You can put sprinkles on these if you want. You can do other stripes. You can do dots. We might do some dots. And if you're doing what I'm doing here, which is called wet on wet, because you're putting wet icing into wet icing, you don't want to put too much in, remember? Otherwise it'll just push all the icing out and it will make a really big mess. Hope you're having a great time so far. Alright, let's do the top. Little star right in the middle there. Use your toothpick to put it where you want. Okay, it's a little ornament. Let's make a Christmas light. We might do a red one again. Ooh. If your icing does this, if it goes a bit thin and then gets a bit stuck, you just use your paper towel, you put the tip of your icing bag in there and you squeeze because it might just be a little hard bit of icing in there. So for this one, the Christmas light, you're going to need your your red and your white and your toothpick. You can fix up the outline later, so don't worry about getting it perfect at the start. You can use your going round and round, or you can use your squiggle method in the middle. Make sure to fill up those holes, but don't squeeze your bag too hard, because then the icing will go all over the sides. Okay, let's get rid of a few of these bubbles. The bigger you cut your hole, the more bubbles you'll get. Use your toothpick to go around. Okay, now you want to get your white. Just do a line like that, a dot, and we can do some sparkles in there too. So you do a dot, get your toothpick, and you push out each of the sides to make a little star. Let's do another one down here. Do a dot. Use your toothpick to push out the sides. And then, if you want to make it really fancy, do a white dot, and you do a red dot over it, which makes like a little moon. Okay, let's do the top. And I think we'll put a couple sprinkles on there. Look at that, you've got yourself a little Christmas light.